Hey everybody, it's Danny from Missouri Homeschool Alliance. I'm here for our weekly legislative update. I'm going to give you the quick and dirty version. I wanted to just update you real quick what's happened this week in Jeff City. We saw Senate Bill 63 perfected in the Senate, which means that they voted on it and voted that they would like to pass it. That bill is the bill that relates to homeschoolers' participation in sports and fine arts and other activities at the school, at the public school. That bill will now go to the House of Representatives and have to start over. So that's where we sit with that. It hasn't been introduced in the House as of yet. So that bill is approximately halfway through. The next thing I wanted to talk about is there are a couple bills that we are watching in the Senate. Also, there's that Senate Joint Resolution 6, which is the proposed constitutional amendment that would say that that parents have a right to homeschool without interference from the government. That was voted to pass out of committee and is waiting to be heard and perfected on the Senate floor. Also, that Senate committee substitute for 195 and 53, which is the tax credit for homeschooling that we are opposed to, that we asked you to take action on last week, that is still waiting to be taken up on the floor. So nothing has moved forward with that at this point. You still have time to contact your senators about 195 and 53, the Senate committee sub. You can just say 195 and that would be fine. You still have time to contact them about that. In the House, we have two things happening. One is that House Bill 77 has been assigned to a committee, and it will be heard at 4:30 on March 24th, which is a Monday. It'll be heard in the House Emerging Issues Committee. So I want you to be thinking about whether you might want to testify in person or submit testimony online for to make your opinions known. That is also a tax credit for homeschooling. The sponsor of that bill has confirmed to us that she intends to remove homeschool from that bill and change it so that it reads only for FPE students. That has not happened yet because the bill has not gone to committee. But we are encouraging you, and HSLDA is encouraging you to contact the members of the Emerging Issues Committee. I'm going to post a link to that committee, all of the members of that committee, in the blog when I get that written tonight. And you may contact them and tell them we're opposed to tax credits for homeschooling. We would like to have homeschool removed and use the FPE designation. That's what it was created for those people who wish to be funded while they're educating their kids in their house. They will not be homeschoolers. They would be FPE students. The other thing that's happening in the House is House Bill 31, which was written to be a protection bill for families who are educating at home, both homeschool and FPE students. That bill does a couple of things. It seeks to eliminate that declaration of enrollment that's optional in our current statute and replace that with just wording that says if a student's in public school and a parent withdraws them, if they submit written notification of their intent to pursue other options under 167.031, which is our compulsory attendance statute, that the school shall comply with requests to remove the child from the rolls promptly. So that is good because that means that the school won't be following up with families and asking them to come back and sign something again the next year. It doesn't tell families what they must do, but what the school must do. They must comply. So that language is in 31. The other thing that it does is it requires that for the prosecuting attorney to see your records, they must have probable cause. So they cannot just open a educational neglect case against a family simply for the fact that they're homeschooling. They have to have probable cause. Now that bill, HB 31, was passed out of committee. There was a substitute because they changed some language in there for us, and that was passed out of committee this week. So it will now have to go to a second committee. In the House, they go to 2 committees before they go to the floor. So it will have to go to a second committee. We will be watching to see. We are hopeful that nothing happens and no language gets changed or messed with that changes the intent of this bill. But we will keep you posted when that bill gets assigned to a second committee over there. That is all that's really happening. They are on spring break now. As of Thursday, they went on spring break. They will not be in the Capitol next week, and they will return on Monday the 24th. So you have plenty of time if you would like to email or call their office and leave a message. You can certainly do that. You could also check and see if your local rep or senator is holding any town halls or coffee with the legislator kind of things this week while they're back in the district. It'd be a great time to connect with them without having to drive to Jeff City if you were so inclined to look into that next week. Other than that, please check our blog. I will get that up this evening, and I'll provide you links with everything that is happening. And as always, we're around if you have questions or we can help you in any way. Thanks so much, you guys. Bye-bye.